What is going on, guys? This is the Eastside Historian here, coming at you for the first time from my Warhammer channel, ESH Models, where we take a look at Warhammer through the lens of a scale modeler. So in this video, I'm just wanting to introduce my army, the army I picked, go over why I picked it, what I've got so far. But before we can get into any of that, including the first steps to playing the game, I feel like I'm doing something wrong. We need an army. Now, the army I went with is called the Thousand Suns. Yes, they are a Chaos Legion of Space Marines. I'm not a lore channel, so I'm not going to go over the Horus Heresy and all that. But to describe the Thousand Suns, I'm going to let the Warhammer 40k Getting Started guide do most of the work for me. Quote, "Of all the traitor legions, the Thousand Suns are true masters of warp sorcery. Imbued with dread powered by their worship of the chaos god Siege, and guided by their devious daemon Primarch Magnus the Red, they threaten to tear apart reality in search of forbidden lore. The Legion's commanders are all sorcerers, but its warriors, cursed by a spell that turned their bodies to dust, are now arcane suits of armor animated by the warrior spirit trapped inside." Now, if that doesn't give you a raging hard-on from how cool that sounds, I don't know what you're doing. One of the main reasons I picked these guys is just because they look frickin' sick. I mean, just that ancient Egyptian kind of styling with like the headdresses and stuff, that color, even though I'm not going to paint them that color, we'll get into that in a minute. But they just look really cool to me, and they stood out the most of all of them, to be honest with you, so that's why I picked them. So without any further ado, we're going to get into introducing my actual army here. I bought quite a bit, especially for a starter. I was aiming for kind of like a 1,500 point kind of army, or maybe 1,000. I think I got a little over 1,000. So first things first, we got this little starter set I bought. It comes with a bunch of guys, teaches you how to play the game. Also comes with this handbook here. It's mainly instructions on like the rules of the game and how to build and paint your models. It's pretty handy. It's very handy to have. The other one, if I can take a second to find it here, is more of like a lore book. Has a lot of lore and then also some tiny instructions on how to play the game, which is good because I have no idea what I'm doing. Okay, I'm just gonna line that up there, make sure it's in range. Perfect. Did I win? So first up, we got these stat cards. They're very crucial for you to play the game, know what all your characters do, all their little abilities, stuff like that. Next up, we got the head honcho of any Thousand Suns army, Ahriman. He's a pretty cool looking guy, and the reason they're all trapped in armor, he has a value of 150 points. Next up, we got the backbone of any Thousand Suns army, a squad of Rubric Marines. They have a value of 200 points, and they look really cool. That's about all I got to say about those guys. Next, we got the beefier boys, which are the Scarab Occult Terminators. They're like your normal Space Marines, bit beefier. One of them likes to do magic and stuff. He's pretty cool. Definite Edition at a big 190 points. We got a Combat Patrol next. This includes an Infernal Master for 105 points, another squad of Scarab Occult Terminators for 190 points, and 20 Zangors worth 130 points, all adding up to a whopping 425 points just in that box. And of course, we can't have a wall of flesh without having a tank to back them up. This is a Chaos Marine Rhino worth 75 points. The more mathematically inclined viewers will recognize that that's not exactly 1,000 points, that's 1,040, but to them we say, we don't do math here. And I bought it all because it looked really cool. I also have this little sheet here, goes over my point values. That's where I got all of them from, the basic rules and a bunch of other important information that I'm probably going to need in order to play the game. On this channel, I believe the first model I will actually complete is the Rhino. The reason for this being is that since I'm more familiar with, the planes and tanks and stuff and vehicles in general, I feel like this will be a good way to bridge the gap. I can get a really good feel for like how certain kits work, stuff like that. And I feel like it's just a natural progression. So with that being said, that's my army. And I forgot to tell you about the colors I was going to paint them. I'm painting them a darker purple. I'll put the exact Game Workshop color on screen here in a second. And then I'm also going for like a brighter gold look with white accents on like their cloaks and stuff, because I think that'll look really cool. But enough of that yapping. That's all I had to say, and I hope you all have a good day. Deuces. Okay, I definitely won that time.